This week on Not Just Another Sex Podcast.
Right now, I'm just so in my creative bag and like entrepreneurship and all that shit. Like, I be exhausted.
Yeah.
I be exhausted.
It's really exhausting.
Give me a munch.
You feel me?
You work this hard. I want to just make something easier for you.
Yeah,
like somebody.
I feel you. That's what I was thinking those two, because I like to talk. Well, I like to talk during sex and everything.
What you be saying? Hypothetically.
That's just, you
ain't gotta look at me. I'll look away. You want me to look away?
I just be talking, saying things.
You shy?
Sometimes. You're making me nervous.
It's okay.
Nah, what do I be saying?
I get shy.
It really be like in the moment. You feel what I'm saying? Just whatever it is. Like.
Now, question, would you put in, when you had a strap on, do you put like a butt plug in you or like a vibrating to?
We just went from here to there. Do I put a
I bet you wish you would have told me what you said in bed. Now I had to move on.
Lord, honestly, girl, I just be telling my girl I love her and shit.
Hey, sugar. I feel like there are so many different things that I need to learn as an adult. I'm this nasty on a regular day, like on a Tuesday. I am your host, Samia Burton, and don't worry, it's not just another sex podcast.
Welcome back to Not Just Another Sex Podcast. My name is Samia, and I'm your host today, and I'm super excited for this episode. Not just because we sitting here on this gorgeous set, but also because I have an amazing guest. But before we get into that, we are going to start off with a review from you guys. So Corey0678 says, "More, please. I am beyond thrilled to have found this podcast. You have opened me up to different avenues of thinking and helped me dig in deeper on my healing journey and find out who I am for myself. Love you, girl, for real, for real. You are such an influential woman. Our best friend on these podcast airwaves." Thank you. Look here. When y'all talk to me nice, it just does something to me. I know I'm in the words of affirmation, not just in the bedroom, but in these reviews. Okay. So, if you guys don't know, leave a review, rate, leave a comment under those, under the YouTube videos. It takes a couple seconds after you listen to the episode to just rate, 5 stars. I mean, if you don't think it's 5 stars, don't, but it's 5-star podcast. So rate us and leave your review because I really do read them. As a creative, just sometimes you doubt yourself. Sometimes you have imposter syndrome. And y'all tapping in, letting me know that I'm doing something for you. It does not go unnoticed. Make sure that you're sharing those reels and all of that. So thank you so much. But we have a guest today. Yes, a very, very nice, yellow, bright, a sunny motherfucker today. Okay. Welcome our guest, Miss Sonny MF.
Yes.
How you doing today?
I'm feeling good. How about yourself?
Look here, I'm actually a little nervous.
You are?
A little bit. Okay.
I got you nervous.
No, I got to be you.
I just found out this week I'm self-centered, so I'm sorry.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You got to be in this creative world at some point, because otherwise, who else going to be here for you?
That's why I'm sorry to make it about me.
No, it is. You know what? I'm a little nervous because it all came together right before you leaving Atlanta. We were able to link up.
Yes.
So that's beautiful, but a little nervous because we just, it's a different energy in here. So we are, if you guys don't know, it's SC Content House, owned by SC Media Group, which is my company, is fully producing the podcast now. And I'm really, really excited about it. And we got into our bag today, and my videographer, Brandon, set us up an amazing new set. So I'm really excited. You the first one to sit on here. How you feel?
Yeah, this
we made it
is fire. When I walked in, I was like, oh, yes. Okay, this is nice. All right.
Let's get into it. It's giving grown, sexy, and bohemian.
Yes.
Shout out to Naya, our interior designer of the house. Interchangeable, just beautiful, beautiful space.
Hey, you guys, it's your host, Samia. If you're enjoying the topics over here, honestly, I think you'd love the topics over on my learning platform. I have some private interviews over there with some amazing guests. I've interviewed Mr. Marcus, yes, that's the porn star, Passion Jones, who brought on her husband and her boyfriend, and even had some girls' night conversations with Medina from Cocktails, as well as Mila from Good Moms Bad Choices. That conversation was amazing. We did some examples of our dirty talk, and let's just say you need to check it out. Don't just take my word for it. Make sure that you click the link below and sign up today. There are over 250 workshops, classes, interviews, and so much more. All right, now back to the show.
So you're joining me for the podcast. Are you ready?
Yes, I think so.
All right, let's get into it. So we start off each episode with the adult tip of the day.
Okay.
So I don't know about you, but like one day you wake up and you realize like you a grown up. You the grown up in the room.
Yeah.
Like if an emergency happened, people like,
yeah,
call, what we supposed to do?
Yeah.
Or the young ones looking up to you and they're like, hey, OG, what you know about this? It's us. So the adult tip of the day is for us to just take a couple minutes to something to either remember where it's like a my therapist says or like a little life hack, like get you a house cleaner or something like that. So today's adult tip of the day is healing taught me that honesty won't ruin a real thing. Speaking on your feelings won't lose you anything worth having. Setting boundaries won't scare off proper people. And authenticity won't cost you genuine relationships. Remember that the next time you feel like shit because someone pulled away from you for respecting yourself, sharing your feelings, setting a boundary, and or holding them accountable. And that is from, that's small. Oh, the Third Eye Thirst. That's like an Instagram page.
Oh, okay.
So that came from them. And I really feel
Snaps?
that. Right. Snaps for that. I really feel that. You have any comments to add about our adult tip of the day today?
Yeah, no, that was beautifully said. I always, I live by a couple of those and just, one of my adult tips is just, when you're an adult, they don't really like for you to rest and have a chill day. They always want us on the go and working. So I always say, leave room for God to work. You know what I mean? It's always good. Meet them halfway though.
I feel that.
So yeah.
For this one, for me, I don't know if y'all know, but I used to be like a chronic people pleaser. And I also have really bad anxiety, or at least I had, we working on it in the present. And I used to always get really bad anxiety when I used to put down a boundary or say that, hey, this isn't comfortable for me. And I found that anxiety was also telling me that maybe I'm talking to the wrong person. Like, cause you do get a little anxiety when you have to talk about something and you want to make sure that you say the right words or whatever. You're not letting like emotions take over. But also when you're talking to people that's going out of their way to misunderstand you or they don't respect your boundaries, period, the anxiety won't get better. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's a sign. If you're talking to somebody, you're trying to figure out, like, especially if you're new and like setting your boundaries and you're trying to figure out, like, am I doing it right? If you get an anxiety when you're talking to somebody, let that be a sign to just pull away, especially if you know that you've already thought about what you're trying to tell them or what boundaries you're trying to set. So.
Definitely got to pay attention to your body when you're around certain people, like the environment, like some break and everything. You got to pay attention to it all because it's so easy to not, be in the present.
For sure.
Yeah.
I know at least with the content house here, we always monitor the energy we feel when more people come into more people come into.
You really have to.
Yeah. So even, and also it depends on how I hang out with people. So like business wise, I could feel one way, but when it comes to my personal relationships, even trying to figure out who I should develop personal relationships with, do I feel like I can be myself, which is like, if I don't feel like talking, do I feel awkward? Because, you ever feel like that, like somebody in the room and you feel like you got to entertain them or, make sure they fine or like, honestly, my friends will come over and we don't say nothing.
That's cool.
And that'll be okay too.
It's perfectly fine.
All right, so we're going to move on to the Twitter Talk. So Twitter Talk is a segment that we do just to pay homage to Black Twitter because, like most trends, something that went viral, random facts, just crazy threads, and just some funny-ass shit just used to come out on Twitter. And I just think Black Twitter will always be a thing, no matter what they call it,
No matter what, honestly.
And so I wanted to talk today about the writer's strike. And I wanted to talk about that because you're a rapper. For those who don't know, Sonny MF is a rapper, a creative, all around like producer, just everything, right?
I do my thing.
And I know that I'm new to the production world, and so I'm always very careful to tread lightly to make sure I respect the craft because I am learning, right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with saying that you're learning and that you're new.
It's a beautiful thing to be a student. We all students.
And that's very responsible. But before I was on the other side where I was taking in more content and things like that. And so I wanted to talk about what the writer's strike is, why it's going on, and if we can maybe give some tips to the listeners on how they can support the creatives because it is affecting the creatives, right?
Yeah.
So the writer's strike is...
The writer's strike is... fucked up, number one. Honestly, it really is. It's very fucked up. It's just really based off greed and, these big companies, they got the money. It's not like they don't have the funds to pay people. It's just, it's greed, man. The richer get richer, the poor get poorer. That's what it is, unfortunately. And I applaud them for, going as long as striking, because it's something that needs to be done. With that, I feel like the whole industry should just go on strike. As an artist, a songwriter, I wish we would jump on board and like strike too, because I'm constantly asking myself, what's ways I can support the best way I know how, because it's affecting not just the writers, it's affecting the makeup artists, the producers,
anybody that's hired.
When you see a production, that's at least like, depending on the size of the budget, it's at least like 200 people hired. You know what I mean? Whether on the back end and on the front end, from pre-production to, post to, it actually being out. So, I remember when it first started, and,
because it's the writers and it's the actors.
It's the writers and it's the actors now.
Okay.
And I worked with Disney, and I wrote some music for one of their shows. And I'm reaching back. I was around that time of the year, so I was reaching back. I was trying to see what was going on. Like, hey, you guys need anything?
Okay.
And it was like, we are slow. This writer's trying. I was just like,
it affects here too.
I said, oh my God.
So you still learning even at an
what
artist.
I mean? And that was in the very beginning of it. This was before even the actors. And I was just like, damn, like this shit is really real. You know what I mean? And I live in LA, so I'm constantly driving by the studios and seeing people outside every day, boycotting the studios. And like my girl, she's a writer, so I'm seeing it personally affect, someone. So it's like, it's very fucked up. It's based off greed. It's horrible. I hope eventually it comes to an end. Cause
they like stand in their ground mad hard.
No, and it's beautiful, man. I really hope, it comes to a resolution that, suits the writers,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So with, for those of you all that don't know, basically, and I've seen a lot of posts about it. Like some of them, I don't understand everything that's being said. Like I definitely got to have Google out, and I got to be like, okay, wait, what's that?
Yeah.
But in like, I guess like layman's terms, basically there are writers that are like living check to check and living in like not the best living conditions, like not even barely middle class.
Yeah. Some have to still Uber to make ends meet, and they're sitting at these big companies,
wild.
You know what I mean? Sitting in these big lots. And not getting paid the proper funds. It's really disrespectful.
It's mad disrespectful, because at the same time, like just because you can fund something doesn't mean that it's all on you. Like at the same time, you really have to be fair. And I'm not saying like you shouldn't. Yes, the owner of something, the person that invested in the things and all that stuff. Yes, you're gonna make sure that you get paid. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you can't. It don't matter how many cameras you own if you don't have anybody to sit in front of them.
Exactly.
And they not writing this content.
I ain't to write it.
And also when they sell it, that's it, right?
Exactly.
So you need to make sure, especially if they're selling it, making sure that they getting their money right there up front or like on the back end. But like if you listen to like Steve Harvey or any of that, they say what back end? Like for books, there's like a decent back end, but in entertainment,
it's really no back end.
It's no back end. So
you better get it in the front.
And everybody trying to, and really so many people are trying to get put on or doing things for exposure. They're either selling their intellectual property. Or they're just taking any deal. Like I had a friend, and she had sold her stuff to, I don't know if I'm working with them, to a company. And the company, and the company had like just really like fucked her no lube. And then another company reached out trying to buy it for something. I'm talking about digits, and she locked in a bad contract. So just things like that. What are some ways that we can support the creatives individual? Well, what are some things that the listeners shouldn't do to make sure that they not pouring into it? Like pouring into
I feel like we all
something.
should just cancel our subscriptions eventually.
Okay, so cancel subscriptions right now.
I feel like that. Honestly, it needs to like go to the next step, because they've been, out there over 100 days. I think it's like over 150 days. So it's like at this point,
it's been months for sure.
You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So I think at this point it needs to be something like, I say somebody need to burn down. I ain't gonna say that. That was something I'm inciting a riot. But burn down them goddamn studio. We need somebody to go get it, the revolution, get it started.
Look here, I'm honestly, it's really empowering, because the fact that we like people are really hearing about it. And I know people have striked before, and I don't know if maybe I'm hearing it now because like my ear to the ground, I'm in the field.
Yeah, you in the field.
I'm in the field.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, okay, it's our responsibility, at least with podcasting, because podcasting
is a form of entertainment. And then it's a lot of companies that's looking for unscripted content nowadays. So they are breaking down.
Make up for it.
To make up for these writers that like standing their ground. So now they hitting up people that's like, yo, what y'all got? It's like, what y'all got over there? You know what I mean? I done had a couple calls like, because I had calls like with selling content earlier, like with reality show ideas earlier within the year, and it just wasn't the time. Now with the writer's strike hitting, they like, what y'all got over there? Type shit. It's just like, oh,
yeah. Now I can't do nothing because you gotta
what's going on.
You want to try to find something else to make up for the extra income you losing and whatnot. I mean? So now you're trying to tap into the creatives and like, oh, we want to do this. Look here, you gotta Google some of these things. And you guys, I did learn a lot from Twitter about this, and they were talking about like basically should you finish out a contract or da 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 da. So you have to look into it more. But a couple ways that you can support creatives like artists like Sunny is going to the link in her bio and just seeing what's on there. Support something that's, if it's in there, she probably wants you to support it, right?
We are selling some, right?
And then also, you know what? It's a reminder for us. Like we tap into these creatives and these shows. Yeah, we pay for this out of our own pocket, but it's absolutely free for the listener to tap in. Yeah, and we appreciate that. So it's like, okay, how can you support? Leave the review. Yeah, rate it. Sure. Repost it. And then like when you sign, like when they say they have bonus content, tap in and at least check it out, even if it's one time. And like definitely. I know for me, my Patreon $15. Yeah, ain't nothing that's $15 no more. Like lunch ain't $15.
Nah, not at all.
So
Chick-fil-A ain't $15.
Not at all. My son be living off them nuggets. Okay,
like damn. But so, the writer's strike, like I said, it's even like where it like affected, because like I said, I do the rap shit season 2 soundtrack. It affected that because it was supposed to come out in August. It got pushed back to November. The single
and you
got pushed back.
You have music on there.
Yeah. I wrote the single for the soundtrack. So
big shit.
Yeah, I mean,
big shit.
But with Sexy Red's called No Panties.
You know, she's from the crib, St. Louis.
I say what?
Yeah.
All right. That's what I say. I love Sexy, man. Sexy. Yeah. So, but that record was supposed to come out in August. You feel me? But with the whole writer's strike and everything got pushed back. And I was just like, man, come on, what they doing?
And divine timing is
divine timing is beautiful because, now she on tour. And it's just like, although the show is on pause, the song is out because it still is a music show. You feel what I'm saying? I was wondering that. I was like, now, I know they on strike. However, like, music artists, we support the shows, you know what I mean? To the best way I guess we can.
Yeah, but you can't even be like, go listen to this. It's a lot
I can be like, go listen to it now because it's a song. Yeah. And the show not out yet. So it's like, I still want to find ways to, you want to pop your shit and also show support too. So it's like, but this is the soundtrack. This is strictly music. Yeah. So yeah, it feels good for that.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us on that. So now we're going to get into like some of these topics. So you are a rapper, you are a writer, you are a producer, you are an executive producer, you are behind the scenes, you are, what else are, anything else we missing?
I do it all, baby.
Doing it all.
Yes.
So, as a creative, now first, before we even get started, creators have it the hardest. I don't care what nobody say. Like, creators have it the hardest because you creating something that has, it has no structure that's been done. Yeah. And even if there could be 1,000 rappers, but everybody's path is going to look different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
And with creatives, you have to also become an entrepreneur at some point, right?
Now you got to learn everything.
For sure.
You got to know how to do it all.
When did you decide you wanted to get into music? How old are you?
Oh, you never asked me.
Nobody ever asked me. I'm a lady. I ain't telling nobody. You ain't got to answer if you want to. When did you get into it? What age were you or how long you been doing it?
I've been doing this for a very long time.
I'm going to Google you.
He going to Google it. I know, right? You going to find my Facebook, son. But yeah, I've been doing music for a long time. I released like my first project when I was in high school, and that's really like kind of put me out there because I had got kicked out of my original high school.
Badass.
Yeah, you know what I
Billy
mean?
Badass.
Bad and everything, class clown bad, fighting everything. So I got kicked out. I had to go to to an alternative school for.
I ain't heard that in so long.
I know, alternative school.
You telling your age right there.
I know, right? That's how you know, for real. Like, alternative school, what, honey? College is that no more, right? Probably a corrective course, something like that. But, yes, I had to do that. So then it was just like, man, all right. I felt like I was given like a chance to really be me, myself. And I was just like, I just really want to go to this, whatever new school they put me at. Just be whoever the hell I am versus like trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that time. So when I went to North Atlanta High School. So when I got there, I was just like, man, I'm gonna just, take over this shit. And that's exactly what I did.
It was with the pen, or
it was like with YouTube, back then, you know what I mean?
So then you got into also were you making your own beats as well?
Nah, I was just rapping and taking my camera to school, recording the classes, and I got kicked out of that. I got kicked out of that school for doing that. So I kept getting kicked out of school. My mom was so over me. It was fun. It was funny, but I've been doing it for a very long time. So now, I learned from my mistakes. I know where I dropped the ball at. I know where I should have been more head on the swivel. I had opportunities where the opportunity was more mature than me. So I didn't capitalize off it like I would have today, knowing everything that I know. You know what I mean? Knowing everything.
You got some bad deals before you even did some?
No bad deals. Just like I said, the opportunity was probably just more mature than me. Like me not seizing, not getting all that I could have got out of the situation versus just doing this one thing. But I've never signed with anybody.
Independent?
Yeah, I've been independent. I got a distribution deal with United Masters. Shout out to the United Masters. I love them. They take care of me.
Okay.
But everything else is just, it's all me.
So if somebody was coming to you, and one of the biggest things that I found, not only like in production, but just content creation, period, is that it's very difficult to get the specifics of like how people are getting to what they got. Yeah. And I'm a firm believer of like, yes, I'm always have my boundaries and protect myself, but at the same time, I have to be pretty vulnerable with the information if I want to pass it down to somebody else, because it's like, it just feels like white people talking about everything.
Yeah.
At least amongst themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are some forms of grunt work, quote unquote grunt work, that you did that are like, this wasn't grunt work, this is something that you need to do that's going to set you apart, for the creators that are out there listening?
I think everything builds character, man. I'm really going to show my age now. I was like, we was talking about this on Twitter too. Like just interning without getting paid and, just being a runner in the studio and all this stuff like that. I'm like, what you call that shit when you package the CD? I did that at like Grand Hustle Studios for Young LA and J Money. I was like, what the hell, nigga? Yeah. So it's like, you gotta do that because it builds character. You gotta work behind the scene because that's how you know how to build your brand, how you want your stuff to look. So I appreciate every hat that I ever wore. You know what I mean? It's a blessing. You know what I mean? That's how I learned how to, that's how I knew exactly what I wanted my brand to look like, how to market myself, and, how to, get money in this industry.
I heard that. Cause
honestly.
Now, how does an independent artist make money in this industry? Do you have to shop everything around yourself? Do you have to have a manager? Like and Steve Harvey's my guy. Whenever you listen to this, Steve, just go ahead and take me up under your wing.
Well, let me tell you, Steve Harvey, she been dropping your name, but you better holler at this girl. I'm talking about from behind the scenes to on camera. Steve Harvey, look at me. Hey, Steve, I'm talking to you, man. This woman right here, holler at her. I swear. I swear to God.
You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. Until you said earlier, who you think? I asked you earlier. I said, who you think? Which creative has it the hardest?
Yeah.
You got rappers. You got singers. You got videographers, photographers. You got editors, producers. You got comedians, podcasters. Your vote was videographers.
And editors.
Yes, and editors.
Because it was just the same thing.
Yeah, you shoot it, you edit it. You need to be able to do both.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's definitely one. And every time I listen to Steve, he like, man, comedians have it so hard because like if people don't think you funny, that's
you know. And I did stand up comedy in LA.
Shut up.
Yeah, I did it at like one of my first shows. It was at the Comedy Store. I was like, I'm that nigga. My first show was at the Comedy Store.
They was laughing.
And yeah, I did a great job,
for real?
Man. Yeah, but it was way different. The music, it felt like the 5 minutes up there was way longer than like a song. You know what I mean?
You got to go off people's energy. Like, you got to switch it up when you want to.
But I felt like, I let them know, I was like, yo, this my first time. Don't y'all be up there trying to talk about me. At least I'm trying something new.
Look,
you know what I mean? So, but yeah, it was great.
I would say, I think that my biggest grunt, quote unquote grunt work, was working at White Castle.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I know that sounds crazy and it ain't got nothing to do with what I'm doing now, but I learned hospitality in the food business.
Yeah.
And it's like, going into the content house, I've never heard anybody say they come in here and it don't feel like home.
Yeah.
Like, it's a content house on purpose, because if you working in front of the camera, if you in entertainment, if you doing the art stuff, you do this every day. It's exhausting. And it's like, like you said, you got to take this time for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
To make sure your mind right.
Yeah.
Going into the studio, you got to pull into a garage. You got to, sometimes people don't even know your name when you get there. Like, it's you behind the scenes. And it's like, everybody thinks that you like this celebrity and everything like that. And it's like, y'all all think I'm doing great, so y'all not like really pouring into me.
Yeah.
The way like you think
happens.
I'm just because I look good on set. Boy, you know what I look like 20 minutes ago?
Man,
like,
I was here for it. Now I'm just talking. You looking.
I'm
just talking. Nah. You was straight before, after all that. I don't even trip.
But yeah, I say that White Castle was probably like the best job I ever had. One, because you know that people don't be playing about their food.
Yeah, I feel you.
And then two, fast food is a whole another one, because as soon as it ain't fast, it's a problem.
Yeah.
But I learned so much from that, because you have to juggle so many things at once.
Yeah.
But also, I would say, being a creative, I've learned I have to play multiple roles in this world, because it's like so many, and I do think that COVID played a part into this, right? In this world, it seems like you have to be a celebrity to get whatever it is you're trying to get. Like, do whatever it is you're trying to do. And social media has made it where anybody can have a platform. So there's so many people, I'm not saying they don't need a platform, but so many people trying to be the star.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's honestly because you know that the behind the scenes people don't get treated right.
Yeah.
You know that it's not like, that's the point of the content house.
Yeah.
It's a place for creatives by creatives.
Yeah.
So it's like, you get on set, people don't know your name, or they're not asking you if you want something. They only asking the celebrity to sit down, do they want something? Or it's like, you got to change in this closet and then come out with this, beam and smile on. And I'm really not with that, because at the end of the day, it's going to end up affecting your mental health.
Definitely.
But how do you think COVID played a part into maybe all the creativeness that we see online? Like, I don't think all of it is necessary. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that's everybody's purpose.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
What did you see the most of?
Say what?
And what did you see like the most of? The most?
I mean, a lot of artists, I think with TikTok, because that was everybody, you need to be on TikTok, you need to be on TikTok. If I heard that, if I had like 1 million followers for every time I heard that, I would be viral. But so it's just like everybody just creating content. It's just like, okay, but where do I fit in that? You know what I mean? I remember I was about to do a podcast and I was like, but do I really want to do a podcast? You know what I mean? Do I want to edit this? Do I feel like doing it? It just would have been more work. So it's just like, you can do everything, but you really just have to do what you called to, you know what I mean? But COVID affected it in a good way, because it made a lot of people DIY and figure stuff out, because it's like, my job is not where it's at no more. I was in Atlanta when COVID hit, and I was working in a club.
So it didn't hit at all?
It hit. No, it didn't hit. Like, it hit in a way, because I was working in the clubs. The clubs shut down.
Okay, the clubs,
you feel what I'm saying? Like, I did security. I would make a bread. But I remember when they shut down, I was like, I had bread stacked up, so I was good. You know what I mean? And I was on security at all the top spots. So I was jugging at the door, boy. You can't tell me nothing. I remember a bitch had left a bad review about me because I jugged ass at the door. But nah, it was just like, dang, it just pushed me to go harder with what I already knew I needed to be doing, honestly. You know, pressure make diamonds, but like...
So you've had to rebrand before?
Yeah, definitely. COVID made me rebrand, because that's when I really started doing a lot of behind the scenes for content for other artists and stuff, and I really seen what brands look like on the artists. So it's just like helped me shape and rebrand myself.
How do you figure out for yourself if it's time to shift into something new? And I ask that because as a creative, I know I feel imposter syndrome sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And I know that we all do. Yeah. But as a creative, you may make something alone and feel one way about it. But by the time you release it, you know what I'm saying, it feels a whole nother way. And you're also your biggest critic about every single thing that you do. So how do you decipher the difference between what's not really you and what's really you and what you know? And also just like good criticism, because you could put something out and you may feel one way about it. and then you may get some criticism back and be like, okay, maybe I didn't do that well, or maybe it's great, but it just ain't hit. Because a lot of people even say repost your content over and over. It may not hit this time, or even like Chris Brown, he came out with this song, and that song from Indigo. You know what I'm saying? And it's going around now. So how do you decipher when it's time for you to rebrand or move or shift without moving every time?
Yeah, you constantly getting new followers too, so it's not bad to repost old things so the new people can be introduced to why the old people are even there. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like you feel a shift. You just know when it's time. Just like I knew it was time for me to leave Atlanta, you know what I mean, and go to LA. I didn't tell anybody but my mom, you know what I mean? I didn't want outside energies, anybody to project that, oh, you go to LA, it's gonna be hard to make it. Honestly, it was the best decision I ever made. I hate when it's like when the people are like, how was COVID for you? I'm like, COVID was great. I figured out a lot. You know what I mean? I even caught it a few times. It was the best detox. I understood what Trump said when he said, I caught COVID and I beat it and I feel stronger, because I did. You know what I mean?
First of all, we are not going to be on here agreeing with him. We're going to somebody said. We're going to say somebody.
Like, look, Fanny, don't come for me, shout. I know she coming for the Atlanta rapper.
I finally did get COVID a couple weeks ago, actually, when y'all sent the email. It was like, hey, what we doing? And I was like, look, I'm on this couch right now. But that was my first time getting it. Honestly, it just made me realize I need to pour into my health more anyway, because like as a creative, you may feel like, dang, it's hard, or like I got to do this and that or whatever. But if you ain't got your health, that ain't happening either.
Everything is really a lifestyle, and it's just marrying it. You know what I mean?
Hey, you guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. I just had to stop by and let you know that if you have not ordered your thigh-high socks from Sexual Essentials, you're behind. I know how it feels to buy lingerie and you say, ooh, I'm going to be real sexy and put it on, and it's sitting in the back of your drawer collecting dust. Let me tell you, the thigh-high socks are just so convenient. They're super sexy and they're actually comfortable. So instead of feeling like you have to make that large leap into lingerie, try the thigh-high socks. Your partner gets to see you looking sexy as well as yourself, and they're super comfortable. Don't forget to use our code NJASP for 15% off. Tell your friends and make sure that you get your favorite color before they're gone. All right, now back to the show.
Now I want to ask you, what does dating look like in this scene? I know you said you have a girl, but that ain't always been in the way,
baby.
So that hasn't always been the way. How do you maneuver, especially because as a creative and as an entrepreneur, you know that it's difficult to meet people because this all we do.
Yeah.
This
when you single, you outside, you having fun, you doing more. Yeah, when I'm outside and single, I'm really like, I'm a social person anyway. I'm a Gemini, so I got that. Bring it, party.
Crazy.
Look, who hurt you? Come here.
You know what's crazy? I get along with Geminis really great.
I'm about to say because we the best. But
I honestly don't. I see the beauty in each of the signs. You know what I'm saying?
What's your sign again?
I'm an Aries, but I'm a Leo rising.
Oh yeah, you an Aries. That fire. I feel like I love Aries. So y'all get it done. Y'all about y'all business. Y'all
fire
really
and air always, because air signs they fan fire. And make,
my manager, she's an Aries. My mentor Aries. I love Aries. Y'all handle y'all.
On it.
Y'all be on it.
You know what's so crazy is I had to get out of that perfectionist spirit.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Google Calendar be packed like a motherfucker. I'd be like, damn, girl, you got a lot going on.
But so do you date people that's in the industry? And outside of your girl, I don't want no smoke.
Yeah,
Boom.
nah.
No smoke.
I try to stay away from dating in my industry because they say don't, shit
where you
eat at, you feel what I'm saying? So typically, no, I don't. It's always like to something kind of removed, but something to where they understand the lifestyle that I live, so they know what they getting themselves into type vibe. You feel
but you said your girl a writer, so it's still kind of the industry, but like a different form of it.
Entertainment, you know what I mean? It's a different form, so yeah. But
so
it
you
works
said that
out.
y'all took it mad slow.
Yeah, we took it slow. We took it slow.
It's mad ironic because, lesbian relationships be like Speedy Gonzalez. They
be moving in quick, you feel me? But it was needed. I'm glad that we took our time, honestly. That's, you know what I mean?
And during COVID at that, because really that's when folks was moving in 6 weeks and everything else trying to survive.
It was kind of after COVID, though. It was kind of after COVID because I was like in a whole other relationship in COVID. Yeah. It was after COVID.
So what I've noticed is that, like, for me, I don't even want to tell you how long it's been. I I ain't really been dating.
You ain't?
No, well, one, this is new. So I bought this house in December.
Congratulations. The house is beautiful.
Thank you. December 16th, 2022. So, 2023, that mortgage start 30 days later. We hit the ground running. So I've really been consumed with that, but also just like understanding that I am an Aries and I move mad fast, but also because I could like something a whole bunch and then 2 seconds later it's like, just like a kid. But I found that I don't think I'm necessarily against dating someone in the industry, but fucking someone in the industry, we gonna have to wait. I need to see it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you could talk about anything, but it's small. The world's small. People talk, and not that I care about necessarily like having sex with someone, like as long as it feels good for me. But at the same time, you know how hard it is to find one good person. So if it's like every 3 months you with a new person, it's like, okay, you got to slow something down because clearly around that 3 month mark, then you got 4 different bodies in the year. And they all in the industry.
Yeah, that gets crazy. You can't do too much.
But I just want to know, like, kind of like just your
I be chilling. I don't really like too much dating. Like, I would never date a music artist or you know what I mean? I never really sleep around within the music industry just because I just you know what I mean? That's why I'm handling my business. You know what I mean? I like to keep everything extremely professional. It's a million people out here that hit, you know what I mean? Or to be with or anything. So
this
it's like,
is the strap, by the way.
This is the strap.
The strap.
This really it right now.
This is okay. Teach me. You know what? You got to give me a recommendation for a good strap because the first time that I was dating this couple a while back and now look, I try.
It's just one brand that's real good. I can't think of their name, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to find it. Go on my Amazon.
Yes, please send it to me. So we had tried, me and the young lady were by ourselves for the first time. And so it's like, okay, now I don't know who got like jaws of steel to be eating coochie that long. And like, you can add a little toys in there. But you be like, we want to try the strap. We got this. That thing fell off so fast, and then it detached from her while it was still in me. And then she was trying to do the little hip stroke thing, and it wasn't keeping up. Like it was bending.
Yeah,
it was bending like this. So if you have any strap recommendations,
I got you. I don't want you going out
now.
There like
Also,
that.
and I don't know if you ever saw Sex in the City. Did you see when Sam threw her back out trying to?
No.
Okay.
And
my producer laughing because she threw her back out trying to make her relationship work because the girl, she liked both, and I like both. And I usually date women that like both.
Yeah.
And so it's like, how we posted. I just use the glass dildos.
Oh, wow. Is that hard?
No. Okay, glass dildos, first of all, they are so amazing. So, yes, I like dick, but let's be honest, like dildos look crazy whether you like dick or not. They just, I kind of either my dildo need to be colored. Because it's like when it tries to look like a real thing, it's kind of awkward.
I see what you're saying.
Right? So
I heard that before.
So like if I use a dildo, I use like the suction one, right?
Yeah.
I had this mouth masterclass. I teach girls how to suck dick, or anybody who wants to suck dick, how to suck dick, and I give them a suction one. Because then you can use it for multiple things. Like you could use it on the shower, you could throw it back in the shower.
Yeah.
Or like you could hold it and like make a little video, right? So that's when I used, she's like, okay. Or if you're practicing sucking dick by yourself, like, because if you hold it, really you bringing it to you, so you ain't really learning how to put the dick down your throat for real. But the stick on the wall ones, you really gotta be, but with the glass dildos,
keep going, tell me more.
With the glass dildos, you could do temperature play, right? So like,
so
say you have
you can heat it up, make it
don't put it in the microwave, please don't. But
yeah, that already goes.
So say y'all in the room, besides sexy time and everything on the nightstand, you could do 1 cup of hot water and then do another cup of ice cold water. And so you could put it in there for a little bit, and like you could use the glass dildo to play across like the nipples or run it across the body and like just stimulate the senses. A little blindfold or something,
Yeah,
but also like with the like, say you like eating pussy, you suck on the clit a little bit and then you put it in there, but you switching it from hot and cold, so it's just like ice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
But also like the glass feels good because you have crystal dildos and you can have glass, but like they just mad like upscale, like real sexy. It has it don't look like just a plastic penis, Erotic Boudoir actually, I'm gonna give you their code. Erotic Boudoir is a black woman sex store. Yeah, she in Philly, and she has so much. She be sending me all types of glass dildos. Yeah. They be having ridges on them, so you put them in there, and then they be doing all this things. Rubber the crap. I get you right.
Yeah, send me that link.
So in your relationship, How do y'all get orgasms? Y'all get them alone? You get them together?
We get them all types of ways.
All types of ways.
Alone, together, with the rose.
Goodness. Here y'all go with the rose.
I know the rose gets so much bad slander. I think,
you know what it is? You know why it is?
Because it like make you come quick and it like what kills.
That's not, don't
the vagina.
No, that's some bullshit. That's not true. Now,
what is it?
The reason that I don't like all the rose on like giving it too much is because honestly, it's not the best one out there. It's the one that got the most attention because it doesn't look very intimidating.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the women that are fucking with it, most of them were fucking with men.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if you fucking with a man and you trying to get a orgasm, a lot of times the man or the woman is like uncomfortable with pulling out sex toys. But if it look like a rose and it's pink and it's dainty, it's not very intimidating. So more people will give it a try. But really, there have been all types of clitoral stimulators have been a thing.
True.
But nothing against it. I'm just saying, y'all, like,
it's better ones. Well, let us know.
Yeah, Satisfier. Satisfier is a brand that I really fuck with. And then also look at her roll her head. She like, yeah, amen. Yeah.
All right.
And then y'all got to try the womanizer. The Womanizer Duo.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to send you a link for it. Use code NJASP. You get 15-20% off. With them, it go inside you and it goes on the clit. Now, I didn't like those type of toys at first because the way that they make them, they would make them like straight. But you know, the vaginal canal is not straight. It's curved.
Yeah.
Right? The way that it is, first of all, the texture that's on it feels more like flesh-like. Yeah. But also it has a curve in it, the part that goes inside of you.
Yeah.
You know, before you leave, I'm bringing it downstairs, show you. I washed it off. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about that. And then it go on your clit. But the way that they make most of the toys, like when they used to make like the dog or the dolphin and shit like that, they would put it inside, but the clit part wouldn't reach your clit. Like it would be too far.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying? It would end up being uncomfortable. And so I was not a fan of those at all. I tried that one. That shit changed my life. So what kind of toys what y'all be doing?
You know, we keep it classy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, okay, I already said the rose. You know, the strap.
The strap.
Strap. You got to say it like that. You can't say strap. You have to say strap. Get the strap. But not the strap, little feathers, little things. I can't be telling too much, man. She's gonna whip my ass.
I ain't asked for all this permission.
My girl gonna be, I know I did not, for real. She's gonna be like, Sonny, we went public.
Do you
they
think
know it's
that,
me.
Do you think that with foreplay, you know how they talk about like men are not really good with foreplay?
I hear that,
right?
Yeah.
She said that's the word on the street.
That's the word on the street. It is, and it's true.
It's true
for them. Yeah, because I mean, I got like this whole massage table. You feel
Talk about it.
I bought like a massage table because I really like giving massages. And,
let me see your hands. Let me see.
My hands nice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Okay. Keep them nice.
All right.
But I remember my girl, I think she was, talking about it to one of her heterosexual friends, and she was like, my God just never, gave her like a full blown massage versus me. I'll get it top to bottom before we even get into it.
Not the three booty rubs and you stick something in there.
Versus niggas be like, man, shoot, all right.
Get to the ass and the whole thing over.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I hear that, but I'm a pleaser. You feel what I'm saying? So
you're a giver.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Rawr.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
question. So do you think? And as a woman, and I go both ways,
mm-hmm.
but I would say that in all honesty, as a woman, I know that they say that like we're better with foreplay and things like that, but like going both ways, sometimes I'm just not in the mood, like because also I prefer to do it right or either give me everything.
Mm-hmm.
Either let's both give it 200%, or either one of us should just get catered to.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
and I don't mind swapping. How do you like navigate that? Because y'all are both creatives. It is a lot of stress, especially because like your creative genius is sometimes fucked with just based off what's going on in the world.
Yeah, definitely.
So you always bringing work home because everything that you create is based off what you feel.
Yeah.
So if you feeling off because how you creating, you might feel off when it comes to like just having the urge.
Yeah, it plays a part, but sometimes you just got to push through. You know what I mean?
Do you think that you guys practice more intimacy more than actual sex, or like what do you think that like y'all schedule it? I tell people I could go.
I think it's a nice combination of it all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely.
She's like, what am I supposed to say?
It's a nice combination of it all for sure. Like from the intimacy to the sex to going out. I think we balance it out.
Really
sometimes some things. I mean, we human. Some things fall short. You know what I mean? Maybe if I'm literally out of town for a month. So
damn,
you know
really?
what I mean? Like I ain't getting.
Phone sex?
Of course.
Okay.
You know what I
Talk
mean?
about
Yes,
it. Bring
of
back
course,
phone
of course,
sex.
of course. But, you know, sometimes you need that miss you. Cause at first, you know, cause I was out there working, busy. She got what she got going on. I'm trying to, you know, handle everything, take care of her, take care of my own things and like that. So it's like, I'm not horny all the time right there, but when I get back now, because we really been sounding like, God damn, girl, I was playing, man. I know last month I ain't hit it as often as I used to. Just I'm trying to make sure shit right, but man, when I get back, so it's like, you know, it has its ups and downs, everything. But you know, although we wasn't that physical that month, we hit a lot of good points with our intimacy. You feel what I'm saying? Like we had deeper talks that month. You know what I mean? We had a great time, like just really talking and getting. We're spending a lot of quality time versus just
Actually,
nasty time.
Yeah. Do you think that now I don't know if you've ever been with anyone outside of like women. But I know that a lot of women have not tapped into multiple orgasms, which is that's what our superpower is.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it.
You tap into the multiple orgasms.
Yeah, I can come like 20 times. Now, sometimes, but after one I'm done is really my slogan. Because I really get tired. I get that one good one. I bet.
The one you get or the one you give?
When I get.
Okay.
It's really like, I should go last because I'm no good. Yeah, because after I'm done, it's like, I'm tired. It's nothing for me. I'm knocked out. I would be one of them niggas, like one of them celebrity niggas. As soon as this girl fuck me, she's going to take pictures of me in the bed because I am asleep. I put that nigga to sleep and did. Thank you. That's what you're supposed to do. I'm easy. And I'm very easily aroused. I'm easily turned on. Yeah.
What do you think your sexual love language is? So I'm gonna give you a rundown.
Everything.
Give me all of it. You know that they have the regular love languages, right? Yeah. You got physical touch. You got words of affirmation, gifts, acts of service. Somebody help me out.
It's another
one. Whatever the other one is, and then that one.
Yeah,
and then sexually we have the same ones.
Yeah.
So words of affirmation in the bedroom, for example, I like to be talked to nice. Like, I like being told I'm doing amazing. I like being told, like, like, you got all the good girl and all that.
Yeah.
But, make it personal because you know what I've been working on.
Exactly. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah. So there's some of that. And then also talking to, like, even my insecurities or whatever it is that I'm working on. Like, you know, telling me, like, I'm more than fucking good enough, or telling me, like, I'm so proud of you. I see everything that you're doing. Like, don't give up, shit like that. But also then you got physical touch. And physical touch is not like the sex part. It's literally like, I want to touch you. Like, come here, lay on me and all of that.
Yeah, skin on skin.
Yes. Acts of service is like being a giver and just saying like whatever it is, whatever I don't care. I just whatever's best for you. I want to see you the most turned on. So whatever I like, if you like, oh, let's do it outside today, then that's what I'm with today.
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure, definitely
I'm a chameleon
been there
for your pleasure.
Been
type
there.
Shit.
Yes. Gonna go to the part.
Nah, put your skirt on. Put your skirt on. And then you have like acts of service. Did we say that when I said acts of service? And then I'm looking at the peanut gathering. Receiving gifts. Okay, receiving gifts, like bringing in toys. So you be like, oh, I brought in a new glass dildo for you from Erotic Boudoir. And this what we going to, you know, stuff like that. Quality time. All right. And quality time is like you said, like you may be on the move all the time. So really what matters to you more is like not how often y'all are intimate, but when y'all do, y'all like really have the time for it. Yeah. So which one do you think is your first? I know you need all of them.
My first... let me see. Damn.
I'm a greedy bitch, so I get if you gotta pick all.
I know, like all of them. Like, why couldn't I just pick one? Everyone always wants you to pick one. That's fucked up. Like, don't do me like that.
I think mine now is switched to. I'm always gonna say words of affirmation because, like, depending on how you talk to me, that lets me know that you see me.
Yeah.
And then quality time is like when we... Okay, no, I'm going to say acts of service. And I'm going to say acts of service because right now I'm just so in my creative bag and like entrepreneurship and all that shit. Like, I be exhausted.
Yeah.
I be exhausted.
It's really exhausting.
Give me a munch.
You feel me?
You work this hard. I want to just make something easier for you.
Yeah,
like somebody.
I feel you. That's what I was thinking those two because I like to talk. Well, I like to talk during sex and everything.
What you be saying? Hypothetically.
Just, you
ain't gotta look at me. I'll look away. You want me to look away?
I just be talking, saying things.
You shy.
Sometimes you making me nervous.
It's okay.
Nah, what do I be
You
saying?
know, I get shy
It really be like in the
sometimes.
moment. You feel what I'm saying? Just whatever it is. Like,
Now, do you how about this? Let me make it not as personable. Do it be more like kinky ass shit, like you nasty little bitch, like I like that, or is it more like gentle or like
it really depends on the mood.
Like
it can be gentle, but it's really like kinky ass shit. Like, you know,
okay,
what I mean?
so you nasty.
Yeah,
You want to say some nasty ass shit? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you be saying stuff about like nut on my dick, like when you strapped up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to know. We in emotion.
I understand. I just want to know. I'm like, does it really matter?
Busting that pussy, baby. Pussy,
suck my dick.
No,
now,
really
question:
not.
is that a thing that like
me personally? I don't really do it.
That don't really do nothing for me. Now you ain't got to do
really
it.
Care for it.
All right. Now, question: would you put in when you had a strap on? Do you put like a butt plug in you or like a vibrating?
We just went from here to there. Dude, I bet
you wish you would have told me what you saying, man. Now I had to move on.
Lord, honestly, girl, I just be telling my girl I love her and shit. And it's pussy good.
Let's go back. No, now we got
sex magic. Look, nah. What else?
Okay, so when you had a strap on, you can put like a vibrating butt plug in for you.
Oh, that
way when you're stroking, or you could put in like
I'm gonna try that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try it.
Or you could put like a yoni egg inside of you, and then that's gonna make you have to like do your Kegels and like keep it in there while you stretching.
I just told you after one of done, girl, she will not get one. And that motherfucker.
Who told you to do what that girl said?
My booty sensitive.
Look here.
My pussy pink. Booty all brown. Shit.
It was your face when I said, do you put a booty plug? Like, hold on, where did this go?
Like, what? I'm about to take these glasses off for the rest of the
The first business was sexual essentials. I mean, like we do both. This show it's not just another sex podcast, but it got a little sex sprinkled in there.
I feel you. Yeah, I was like a butt plug. I'm gonna try it though. You know what? I'm gonna try it. Put a little vibration back there.
You could put it there, or I'm
gonna be walking around. You know, when you walk and you don't got your phone in your pocket, but you feel it vibrating.
But it's your booty.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Walmart, just go shout loud. What the fuck?
No, for real.
Be like, is that shit still back there?
Y'all should go to dinner like that.
Yeah, I got the remote. I done did that. Oh, yes. Yes, for sure.
Okay, question. Mm-hmm. With you being, it looks like you said your girl takes on more the feminine, like you like the girly girl.
I tell her she an AG though. I be telling she a AG. That's what I call her, because she be having her little tomboy stuff. I be like, you look at AG today.
But it's still got a little girly too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, what you say earlier? Said I ain't doing stud on stud.
That's not for me.
Okay.
That ain't for me.
Do you find that because you're not as in your... I guess you take on maybe more masculine traits in certain ways. Do you think that affects the way that you receive pleasure as a woman?
Sometimes, like I was, you know,
this little, go ahead, get it. Every time I'm on the set, it's always something that fly. It's always me. I'm trying.
How was that?
It's always me. Every time we on set. Look, it's
a little light.
Look here. We burnt something earlier, so I had to open the door. Look here. We're going to cut it out. I'm about to embarrass myself on YouTube. It's a real show made by real people.
Roaches, y'all. Seen that little motherfucker flying. I'm glad I took my glasses off so I could see what's really going on. It's blinded. Got them glasses from Amazon, so vision was blurry.
Yeah, you know how black people feel about roaches in their house.
Every black people got roach eyes. What's that? Oh, that's just some hair. Little dust bunny.
Oh, my Jesus.
Roach eyes get quick. Like,
look here, we in Georgia. So, first of all, let me tell you, you know that if you leave Georgia and you don't put nothing in your sink, that like a gnats will fly out?
I ain't know that. Oh, now, yeah, because they be getting grown off like that.
Georgia got some other shit going on.
Yeah. You heard they just released like mosquitoes in the world, like over like 1 million mosquitoes.
What the hell does that mean?
Like,
I just got hella agitated.
I feel like so some of them have disease. It's probably the killers. They be putting out shit every year to knock us down. I'm like, damn, we are some strong people.
I'm so agitated. What the fuck? Okay. All right. The damn Austin threw us off. Real content made by real people. At least y'all know we don't edit this shit. So I was about to ask you, do you think that it affects how you receive pleasure, which you because I know okay, so
yeah, because they don't be thinking I don't want them to put my titty in their mouth, and I'm like, I do though. Just because
they sports bra down.
Just because they bra holding the motherfuckers down tight. That's just so when I wear my clothes, it's like, you know what I mean?
Because men don't be wanting nobody suck on their titties, and I'm like, yo, that shit feels good.
I am not a nigga. That's like the best thing. It's my favorite part of life.
So you not okay, but so you don't really. So you guys share pleasure in the exact same ways.
Yeah,
I
think I told my girl she more of a nigga than me. I just wear the nigga clothes.
I'm a lady.
I'm a lady. Pinky up.
It's the nails for me. Sunny them up. All right. So we're gonna move. I'm gonna let you out the fire. So we're gonna move on to the next segment. The sex tip of the day.
Sex tip. That even sounds sexual. It's like, what tip? Is it a sex tip? It's
a sex tip. Yeah. So. Today's sex tip of the day. This segment is here because my first business was Sexual Essentials, where I'm a hands-on sexual educator. And so that's what I do.
Hands-on.
With that being said, one of the videos that I was actually asked recently to do was about a woman reaching out saying that she's engaging with a woman sexually for the first time. So like they've been dating and things getting steamy.
Yeah.
But they just keep avoiding all the things because she don't know what the hell to do or how to do it.
I hate when girls do all that.
You think so? I think also people be nervous because
it's not about you.
Who is it about?
I'm just saying, they'd be like, I don't know how. I'm like, well, who taught you how to suck dick? Like
nobody,
you know
baby.
Like
Sexual Essentials. Use the math class.
You feel like, who taught you how to suck dick?
Me. Yes, use the code, get 50% off. It's in the check the links below. So today's sex tip is.
But hold up. Yes. How are the reviews? How do you know you taught them how to suck dick real good? Did they come back and be like, girl, my man nutted in my mouth in 5 seconds?
So,
what honest, is it like? What's the...
So
you need to do testimonials.
No, for real.
All right, so... And the nigga need to be standing right there like, nah, for real.
I have received reviews from the men.
Okay.
I have received reviews hey,
video
my girl,
testimonials.
I would love that. But so many people are so shy about putting their face out there.
Yeah, blur it.
Right. So I have so many reviews from the classes and also just, it's in the sales. So the first year that I came out with, just say blur that shit out. Fuck you.
That.
I need to miss all these classes, okay? When I first came out with the master classes, they were online on Zoom. So we was on...
you was on Zoom just...
Sucking it. Yes. So at first, the class was in person. You get on my nerves.
So you had the dildo on Zoom.
Let me tell you what had happened was.
All right, my bad.
What happened was Sexual Essentials was booming. We was going on tour. My girl Dara was helping me carry dildos up to the subway in New York. We was slinging dildos in every city. I'm talking about Atlanta, everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Then COVID happened. So I had just funded my next tour and then COVID happened. So I lost all that money because, those small businesses, they spending that money as soon as you book, you know? Babe, don't cancel.
Uh-huh.
So I decided to do it online. I was like, this is going to be stupid as fuck. They gonna be like, what the fuck? But way more people joined because really people are really insecure about doing that kind of stuff, even though the classes were just for women. Now I understand that women and men can suck dick, but it's just for a safer space for the women to feel more comfortable. We had it as just women for that. But with the online classes, it could be anybody. And it was the people who had careers and didn't want their face shown. Because mind you, I still have to advertise. You know what I'm saying? So it really opened the door for me to do way more. I'm talking 300 women in there sucking dick. So mind you, how I told you they got the suction dildo, right?
Yeah.
It's women in their tubs with the dildos on the wall.
You can see them?
Yeah, how you gonna have me tell you if you... Because I'm also gonna assess you. I'm tell you the truth. I'm not just gonna teach you the class. I'm like, okay, we have to demonstrate. In the class, you actually have to suck dick. It's not just me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you gotta, just on the dildo, not let me see.
Not like a human.
Put the camera up,
we
you
did
and your
have
man.
one girl that brought her man to class, though. So when we looked, I was like...
Oh, she did?
Yeah,
and
it was
she
her
started
man.
sucking his dick?
She was sucking his dick during the class. Now, they got distracted. But that's why I always
good?
recommend...
They
got distracted by the time... I couldn't see. They got distracted and moved out. Oh. They moved out the frame.
Was you like, girl, that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
That's why I tell y'all don't use it on a person. I need y'all to really be practicing and go do it. But... So we switched to online, like 300 women in there sucking dick. And then just also, it's not just the dick part. Like, yes, a lot of people come to me to learn how to do a skill. I teach masturbation and squirting. I teach all kind of stuff. But I tell them at the end of the day, if you're not feeling sexual, let's just get to the bottom of it. You want me to teach you past your own consent, and I can't do that. If you with a partner whose dick you don't want to suck, it's going to show. You know what I'm saying? Because there's women in there that they love their man. They like, I really want to do better. I just don't know how to do it. Or he's told me this doesn't feel the best. You know what I'm saying? So, but other women just be like, well, what if you're just not in the mood? What does that tell you? So people end up joining sexual essentials, but you end up fixing your whole life. You know what I'm saying? So
sucking dick will fix your whole life.
Just talk about why you don't want to do it. Why you don't want to do it? Eating pussy. If you with somebody and you don't want to eat no pussy, then ain't that going to tell you something? If you always like, damn, I miss my girl. And then all of a sudden, you don't feel like doing it. Yeah. It's probably a reason why. Like, we be trying to push past what we want sexually just because we think we're supposed to be doing it. When if you're not doing it, it might be a reason why. Not necessarily because of them, but just like maybe with you or whatever. Yeah, you're right. And so I don't teach people to push past their consent. I teach skills. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But my whole point of all this was that if you check out Patreon, today's sex tip of the day is I might be bi-curious. And I say that because we have you on, and told you just came for. Just say I was at the picnic with the performing for Pride and everything else. So a lot of women have come to me and they're like, "Look, I'm attracted to women, but I don't know if I'm gay. I don't know if I want to eat no pussy. I'm not really sure." Yeah. And also, some of them are with men and they enjoy their men, but they're trying to figure out what they got going on. Yeah. Or they're with the woman for the first time and they don't know what to do, or it is awkward and how to bring up these conversations. The link, please click the link below to join our Patreon. This is a way that you can support me as a creative and the things that I teach off of here, because they always kicking me off Instagram clips and I can't teach how to eat pussy on Instagram. Yeah, I don't think you can. No, not at all. So on there are 3 recommendations that I'm going to suggest that you take. The first one being, there's an interview on there with the woman who I had my first sexual encounter. You
interviewed her?
Yes, I interviewed her. And we talked about it and all these kind of things. So there's that. I want you guys to check that out.
Check that out. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah. And then I have an interview on there with a friend, and she just engaged with women, started engaging with women for the first time in the past year.
How'd she like it?
She ain't went back to men yet. So she said, I heard that.
Happens.
And also there are classes on there for pussy eating 101.
Who's teaching them? You teaching the pussy eating too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay.
Your glasses was just for show because you just look dead at me. It's all kind of props and things like that, but those classes, of course, not just for women.
I'm about to say, what prop are you using for that?
Pussies.
Okay.
When I say hands-on sexual education, I'm talking about everything.
You talking about like a person or just like the...
Well, technically, we do have hands-on demonstrations on there as well.
I keep asking that because I'm like,
what does this mean?
I'm like, so...
What kind of pussies? Okay, so it depends. So there are videos on there with hands-on demonstrations with some women who... I'm not eating pussy, y'all. It's with some women who donated their pussy to science. So they donated their pussy to me, and I taught a masturbation and squirting class on a woman in real life. I was completely clothed. It wasn't porn. It was educational. I had a full camera set up. And so that's on there, right? Because some people were like, oh, this class don't work, da-da-da-da. When you ask me how I know it's work, because I'm an Aries, I'm hard-headed. If you try me, I'm going to show you. You know what I'm saying? So when people was like, oh, this ain't working, no, that's because your ass skipped to the end of the class and didn't do the things I told you to do. Yeah. Or when it said, hey, if it doesn't work the first time, this is what you do. Or if this is the issue you having, this is what you do. You ain't really watch what I said. You just want to know how to just, sprinkle everywhere. Yeah. And that's not how it works. You can't push past all that. So I have that on there that has real coochies on there. Wow. But the pussy eating class is because I actually have like props and they have like the lips and everything. And so I'm talking about like the different styles and y'all be missing out because y'all don't be playing with that clitoral hood. It's just as sensitive as a clit. But that's another topic for another day. So make sure y'all click the link below because
click the link.
Just click the link.
Click the link. Click the goddamn link.
Hit the goddamn button.
Hit the goddamn button. Was it from rush hour? Hit the goddamn button.
So, yes, make sure I click the link below. When we talk about supporting creators, that's so damn silly. when we talk about supporting creatives, this is a way. I have over 250 classes and everything on there. And a new show that just dropped. It's an all-sex show. That one is just sex on there. This one is not a sex show.
Yeah.
This one about real life.
Yeah.
That one is a sex show. That one is sex from start to finish. So make sure y'all check that out. But before we leave, we end off with the sexual tip of the day, Lord. The spiritual tip of the day.
Yes.
All right. So the spiritual tip of the day is because, you know how you hear people saying stuff like higher self and like want the universe or like the ethos. And a lot of people judge these things, but they don't know what it means. And sometimes they're, you know, afraid of these things because they don't know what it means and they think that it's like intimidating to their religion. But like spirituality encompasses all of those things. It covers God or whatever God that you serve. It covers like spirituality and it covers your ancestors, astrology, all that stuff. Y'all be like, I don't know about my ancestors. You talking about your grandma that's tattooed on your arm? Yeah. Y'all don't fuck with your ancestors. You know, you need that. You need that guidance. So this is just like to give people just one little bit. So that way it can make it maybe a little bit more digestible. Maybe y'all stop acting crazy if y'all accept more spirituality. You know, we need all of it. So today's spiritual tip of the day is praying is talking to God, but meditating is where you listen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when we were talking about earlier, just how you know when it's the right move to make. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know for me, I ask for a lot. I do. I'm a greedy bitch. I ask for everything. I want this, I want that. Then I be changing my mind. Like, I understand that, but I realize, like, sometimes I'm adding to my own anxiety. It's not just anxiety. And sometimes it's so easy if something has a title to think that that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have to learn different things to help you manage whatever it is. It's still my responsibility, right?
Yeah.
And so I had to realize, like, you asking for all these things and then you wondering why your mind jumbled up. Somebody trying to talk to you and you can't hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so meditating is listening to God. And I know I'm just really trying to do better. You know what I'm saying about that? Because I do feel like as creatives, we have to be where we're supposed to be. Yeah. And just as people, you have to follow your purpose. If you're following the wrong purpose or you on the wrong path and you can't hear, can't nobody get to you or send you a message, you following the wrong thing. You're not even where you're supposed to be. So your destiny and your purpose is looking for you over here, but your ass over here because you ain't even trying to listen. Yeah. Yeah. So before you go, if you could just tell us how maybe meditating has played a part just in you. You're so cool, calm, and collective.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do meditate. I talk to God a lot. You know what I mean? I talk to my ancestors. I'm very spiritual. I go to the beach at least like once a week and go meditate, talk to the water, ask for things. You know, I pay attention to the things I ask, what comes faster. You know what I mean? What's coming to me fast? Like, what do I manifest fast? Trying to figuring that out. But it plays a huge part. I value alone time. You know what I mean? That's when I feel like God talks to you the most, when you're alone outside of all the distractions. So I take a lot of alone time now, especially when I moved to LA. It was just like I was forced into a lot of alone time because in Atlanta, my family here, if I was bored, I'd be like, all right, let me just go roll over to my mom's house real quick, kick it over there. I had a lot of distractions here. So when I like rid myself of all those distractions, I was able to get the blessings that was, meant for me. And so, because I knew it was for me, and I didn't have all those people that was, some people can be holding up certain blessings for you because that blessings for you and it's not for those people. So it's just like really
and the message is not for everybody.
Exactly. So I like to stay by myself with a lot of things. I'm usually solo dolo for real. Just so I can receive everything I need to receive, whether it's the message, listening, or the blessing that's for me, the opportunity, just anything. So the signs, anything. Yeah. When I'm in the car, I'm driving. I really drive in silence just so I can like listen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's like I don't feel the need to be entertained 24/7. I think like it's this world that we live in. You feel like you either scrolling, watching something on YouTube, listen to music. I try to rid myself of a lot of distractions, mainly because this is the industry I work in. So it's like it's fun, but it's also tiring. You don't want to be influenced by a lot. So it's like I just try to be influenced by me, myself, my own purpose, my family, and just things that that I feel will tell my story the way it needs to be told. I don't want to tell anybody else's story but mine.
I heard that.
You know what I
mean? I think the other thing that I've noticed about like the meditating is that sometimes meditating can put me into a better flow. right?
Definitely.
Like, because then I'm like more at peace, and it's like the things that's coming, it's like it's very clear to see what's happening naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also easy to see that you are forcing this.
Yeah.
But also with the meditating, because this confused me at first, was like I thought that if I meditated, I'd be more in flow. But sometimes I'm meditating because shit about to get rocky.
Yeah.
And you need your mind, like your mind got to be, you know,
Yeah.
like real balanced to be able to handle it so you can see through and not get lost, and you maintain that clarity, because it's like shit about to shake. You need to make sure that you could still see no matter what is crossing your path. You know, you ever look through a crowd, you looking for somebody, and it's like at first you saw them, but you just see that one little hair sticking up. You like, that's them right there. And now you walking towards them or whatever. And I feel like meditating is helping me keep my eyes on the prize and making sure that it aligns with the overall purpose before getting distracted with the emotions, especially as a creative, getting distracted by the emotions. And everything else. So, but thank you so much for joining us. I don't usually, and if you guys don't know, this is my first time actually meeting you in person.
Yes.
And I followed her from my personal page. You followed the podcast page, and it was like, okay, it's love. But I usually don't do that, and I feel like I'm so glad that we were able to do it. And I told you, I think it's really important because there is the writer's strike going on, and making sure that we do find a way to get comfortable so we can still give the energy of the show. But also making sure that as a creative, I'm doing my job for other creatives and saying, hey, come on my platform. This is something else we can do to offset. Let a whole nother genre of people know that you out here. So
we out here.
I hope that the episode was good.
I know you was on my head. Was it a good episode? Because I was chill, y'all, when I first came in. I was really relaxed and like, I'm gonna just sit chill. She's like, I don't want no one word answers.
Why my voice gotta be like that?
I know, like it's not like that. I always do that. I don't want no goddamn one word answer. I'm like, girl, I got you. They're gonna be one of the best episodes. I mean, we had a little roach crawling earlier. And
why you gotta do that?
I ain't even like count that against you.
It was a mop, and it's right behind you still. Like as soon as we cut.
Gonna be like, damn, I've been holding my pitch. But no,
it was still really great, and I'm glad I was able to do it. I'm glad we got you on a new set, and just so I hope that this is not our first time tapping in. Like if you ever need anything or need to shoot here, and I know you be away from your LA family, you're more than welcome to come here.
Definitely.
But please tell the folks where they can find you, the best way to support you right now, what they can do, and we're gonna drop those links below as well.
All right, y'all can really just cash at me. It's Suni MF. Fuck all the bullshit. That's like the main social media that matter. Cash out, my nigga. Like, it's the same on everywhere else. Suni MF. No, I was just like shit. But now you can follow me on Instagram. Check out my music on all streaming platforms. Got a song out right now called Blocked. Produced by Tasha Couture. Y'all can check it out everywhere. Skin is Sonny MF. Suni MF.
Bam. We gotta make sure that when the next season of rap shit drop, we tuned in and we make up for all this time.
Y'all make sure y'all watch it. It's coming out November the 10th. You know what I mean? So November 10th. They can't push it back. It's sad that it had to get pushed back because it really is like a summer vibe show. It's like a summer show. Yeah. So putting it out during holiday season, you just don't know how it goes. But
folks will be in the house. It'll be cold.
You know what I mean? So hopefully everything is wrapped up and they taking care of the writers.
For sure. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. You guys, make sure you guys check the links below. Discount codes, NJASP for Erotic Boudoir store, as well as the Patreon where you can support me. Like I said, this show is completely free to you. So if you could just take a moment and leave me a review, rate the podcast wherever you listen to them, and just tell somebody else about an episode, or just go reshare your favorite reel that we have or anything like that. I appreciate you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Not Just Another Sex Podcast. So bye.
IDB.